Breathtaking, it's unbelievable.
What is?
I've been paid.
He's been paid! He's been paid!
Bill's been paid! He's got his wages!
Praise the BBC, I've been paid.
Shout it from the rooftop!
He's been paid! Praise be!
Wages!
Excuse me.
Get lost.
Sorry.
Open it.
It might be alarmed.
I just want to look at it.
Open your BBC Radio 2 wage packet.
I will.
Excuse me.
Hop it. Oh, I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
How much?
£5.18 and 6.
£5.18 and 6.
Yes, I asked for a rise, but I never thought I'd get it.
What year did you ask for the rise?
What year did Accrington Stanley win the European Cup?
£5.18 and 6.
Yes, and just for saying, are you ready?
In your own time.
Welcome to Jimmy's Cricket Team, starring Jimmy Cricket.
I'm glad Bill's happy. I'm happy as well because I've been paid.
You haven't.
I'm not too happy about it.
Why not?
I'm being paid in lieu.
What's wrong with that?
Well, why should I have to go all the way to Cornwall?
Samaritans?
I'm desperate.
Carry on, Dan.
My name is... It doesn't matter.
Tell me quietly and calmly what your problem is, and I'll do my best to try and help you.
I'll bet he will.
I really do need professional help.
We do pride ourselves on our professionalism and our ability to help.
I'll say they do.
Tell me about your problem.
It keeps ringing me up.
Keeps ringing you up.
Do you know Wrinkle Lodge, home for retired folk?
Go down Tarryasson Street and it's on the left-hand side.
I know where it is. I work there. Hello?
I give this piece of advice to you and all of our listeners. If you have a problem, there's only one man, the very best man to go for advice, and he's here with us tonight, Dr. Kingsley Bum. Man of medicine, philosopher, sociologist, and one of the world's leading boiled onion mechanics. Yards whitewashed and block drains cleared. Dr. Kingsley Bum.
Why don't I qualify for the widow's pension?
Perhaps it's the beard.
There's always some excuse.
Sit down and take the weight off your BA.
Thank you.
I give the occasional piece of advice myself from time to time.
Such as?
A young lady came to see me only yesterday. Come in, it is locked.
Good morning.
Good morning. Don't sit down, this joke may not take long. What can I do for you that might help us get out of the series?
Nerves.
Nerves, I see. Name?
Wally.
A Christian name?
Polly.
The nature of your problem?
First thing in the morning till last thing at night, I scribble non-stop on bits of paper.
I see.
Interesting case. What conclusion did you arrive at?
That Polly Wally doodles all the day. I had to catch 3 buses to do that joke. Dr. Bum, you've just had your first book published.
Without doubt, the finest book ever written.
What's it called?
Without doubt, the finest book ever written.
As we all know, you've carried out a variety of experiments in many fields and come home at all hours with your trousers soaked.
Working as a sociologist.
And anyone who believes that doesn't go through to the next round. Perhaps you'd care to tell our listeners, if they haven't gone out for a ride on their tandem, what your book is all about.
In one chapter, I describe what happened when I took an ordinary working-class family to the ballet.
Les Sylphide?
He couldn't go, he had a cough. It was most interesting because this working-class family had never, ever seen a ballet being performed. It's something I shall never forget.
Dr. Bum! Dr. Bum!
Do try and keep your voice down.
Why didn't you tell me that the women would all be wearing the long frocks?
It doesn't matter, just enjoy the ballet.
Oh, I feel ashamed sitting here with gravy all down me penny. Me 2 lads are enjoying the ballying.
Give us one of your wine gums, our kid.
Help yourself.
I'll have this black one.
Oh, let go of my finger.
Will you two behave while they're doing the ballying? Oh, I don't know what to get your father for his tea. I mean, last week I left him a pizza and he said it ruined the needle on the record player.
Please, please.
Oh, sorry, Dr. Bum. Dr. Bum.
Now what?
Them fellas dancing in and out of the bushes, are they all wood nymphs?
Yes, they are.
Oh, they must have their poor mother's hearts broke. Oh, the poor mothers must be persecuted. Fancy having to tell people that your lad's a wood nymph.
I'm enjoying this one because it's stupid. All these people with their heads full of Jolly Robins. It's good, this is.
Do please try and keep quiet. What do you think of the acoustics?
I haven't been yet.
Really?
Oh, sorry, Dr. Bum. Dr. Bum,
Now what?
that fella in the band, is his hand cold?
Of course his hand isn't cold.
Then why's he got it shoved up his bugle? So that fella in the band...
I know, he's got his hand shoved up his bugle.
That's a French horn. He has to play it with his hand stuck up it.
Why?
He can't reach it with his feet. I'll bet them wood nymphs earn good money.
Will you try and keep quiet?
Oh, I don't know why I brought him. He makes a holy show of me. He should have gone to the Cubs tonight.
Please.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Bum. 45 years of age and he still hasn't passed his tenderfoot.
I can light a fire without matches, if it's electric.
I'm sorry I started this experiment.
I don't half fancy the one behind the wishing well.
That's enough out of you. Behave.
Just look at those two coming on now.
He's got no trousers on. That's a disgrace.
He's wearing tights.
Can you imagine me dad wearing a pair of them?
The dog would go for him.
Will you please show some consideration for the other people in the audience and try and keep your voices down?
Dr. Bum, that girl dancing. What's she doing with her leg? Oh, she'll throttle him.
Look at his eyes bulging.
It's the tights. I'd be a wood nymph if they let me wear +4s.
Oh, it's a disgrace allowing a young lad to come on like that. It's a wonder somebody hasn't sent for a policeman.
Is that the Samaritans?
Samaritans, I've got enough problems of my own here, you idiotic person.
Oh, it's a lovely ballet, Dr. Bum.
He's lifting her up over his head.
Is it raining?
I'll never try anything like this again, never.
That poor girl doing the ballet and there's nothing of her. If she swallowed a pickled onion, she'd look 8 months gone.
I must have been out of my mind to even attempt this.
Who, Dr. Bum, Dr. Bum, what's that lad doing now?
He's going to pirouette behind the bush.
The dirty dog. I've a good mind to send for a policeman myself.
Oh, this is too much. I've never felt so embarrassed in all my life.
Hey, do you have a smashing gents here?
Dearie me.
They don't have towels.
I know, you press a button and the hot air dries your feet.
Dr. Bum, what kind of frock is that girl wearing?
A tutu.
What?
It doesn't matter.
I've got to be honest, she's a dead ace dancer.
Well said, young chap. She's a beautiful dancer. Have you seen her Giselle?
I tried to before, but I hurt me neck.
I can't take any more of this. I'm off.
Dr. Bum! Dr. Bum!
That must have been the most stupid thing of ever and ever.
I wouldn't argue with that stupid man.
I've heard of the BAFTA award. That should win the DAFTA award.
Win the Daft Award outright.
And I think he'd be in the running for one and all.
Who would?
This fella.
My name is Marlowe, Philip Marlowe, Private Eye. My other eye popped out while I was watching a Madonna video. She sure is some dame. I'm not all that keen on her voice, but I like where it comes from. I looked out of the window. There was a group of kids in the corner into heavy metal. They were stealing hubcaps. I patted the bulge underneath my jacket. I must join Weight Watchers. I glanced at my watch. It was 20 after Mickey Mouse. I had a bad feeling about this case ever since the telephone call that afternoon from a dame with a problem. Or a guy with an even bigger problem. The address was in Malibu. Everyone who lived there was trying to prove that he was richer than his next-door neighbor. One man was adding another floor to his mansion, but that's another story. I pulled up at the address I was given. Some joint. There was a deep inside door with shining brass hinges framed in a mosaic of multicolored Italian tiles. A small flower garden in the front with a low marble wall topped with expensive wrought iron. And that was only the outside toilet. I knocked on the massive front door. I was shown into a room that looked like a well-furnished football stadium. A middle-aged man sat in a large armchair. He looked worried. He had millions. He'd made his fortune collecting skin from the top of cocoa and making sunglasses. He got straight to the point. He was one worried guy. He was being blackmailed. He'd been carrying on with a dame he met at a burlesque show. Somebody knew that, and that somebody had threatened to tell his wife. He shoved $5,000 towards me, told me to take it, find the blackmailer, and put an end to the whole filthy business. He's now a happy man. No more blackmail letters. My name is Marlowe, Philip Marlowe, and I've stopped sending him the letters. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you've written in your thousands. You've really taken them to your hearts, and I'm delighted to welcome back the Lakeside Choir.
No, no! Yes, yes!
This week, the rather unusual Lakeside Choir are going to give us that popular song, Bless 'Em All.
Share with me the joys of this beautiful Britain. Our meanderings through this green and pleasant land find us in the peaceful surroundings of the tiny village of Cockersnook. It was here that the great poet John Betjeman once wrote of Cockersnook.
You can go to the east, you can go to the west, you can go to wherever you like, but never go to Cockersnook, because that's where they nicked me bike. I hope that's a lot.
The village takes its name from two wealthy families who lived here for some time in the 17th century, the Cockers and the Snooks, who were deadly rivals, which was intensified when Lord Cocker's son became engaged to Lord Snook's daughter. To prevent the risk of causing trouble, the young couple got married in the dead of night in the local blacksmith's. It broke the young man's heart when he awoke next morning with his arm around a shire horse. The marriage was dissolved and he was given custody of the nosebag. I have with me the local historian. Could you tell us what happened after that?
I could if I wanted, but I'm not going to.
You're the local historian. Surely you can tell me something.
Shut your face.
I don't want to do this beautiful Britain anymore. That's me finished. You can keep it, because I'll never do it again, and I mean it. As we move through the main street, we pause at the local tea shop with its bay windows and attractive hanging baskets. Let us step inside and meet the lady who has had this business for more years than most people can remember. Good afternoon to you, Miss Tasker. Miss Tasker, I'm told that you have owned this delightful tea shop ever since you were a young lass of some 20 years. And you've managed these tea rooms ever since your husband left you. And I don't blame him. I'm leaving as well, beautiful Britain. I've never got myself involved in such rubbish in all my years. I'm sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of it.
Hello, I'm sorry I'm not here to take your call. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
I was just going to
Hang
ask...
on, I haven't finished yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was saying, I'm not here at the moment.
I understand.
Please start your message after you hear the tone.
What was that?
Just leave your message and I'll get back to you.
I will. You're the only one I've got left to talk to. You're the only one who listened to me with a sympathetic ear. Hello?
Sorry about that. The tone's stuck. I'll have it repaired as soon as I get back. Carry on.
Who is that chance? Nobody wants to carry on with me. Not me, because I'm a woman alone. Comfort, a shoulder to cry on, a man who will take me in his arms when I'm in distress and murmur in my ear.
Sorry, if I was here, I could do something about it.
You're like the rest of the men in my life, you are. You couldn't give a toss. All my life, it's been nothing but grief. G-R-E-E-F, grief. Gripped by grief, it's the only thing I ever get gripped by. I'm a prisoner in my own home. I'm ashamed to admit this, but I even went out to try and find myself a man, and I saw him. Ooh, he was a cracker. Ooh, he was a belter. I thought one like you and another on the subs bench and I'd have it made. I tried the oldest trick in the book. As I went past him, I dropped my Yankee. I waited and I waited. I had to buy a box of tissues. A box of old tissues I finished up with. Has it got to be like this? Must I always be a woman alone? What have I got to look forward to? Answer me that. And that's a lot of comfort. Thanks very much.
Looks left, looks right, and not a soul in sight. So I can now read this letter from me mammy. Dear son, your cousin Clonus had a nasty accident. A motor car ran over his finger. Unfortunately, he was scratching his nose at the time. There was a bit of kerfuffle when we arrived at the hospital. The sign on the gate said, "Warning, guard dogs operating." Clonus ran round the hospital shouting, "They're not operating on me." They have now barred him from the hospital because he tried to kiss one of the nurses. It wouldn't have been so bad if he had taken the thermometer out of his mouth. We've had some sad news. Michael Flynn's passed away. It was nothing serious. Apparently he was sleeping at the time and he didn't know he was dead. But when he woke up, the shock killed him. Your father wandered into the wake drunk, mistook the piano for the coffin and lifted the lid. He said, "Michael, I didn't realize you had such a lovely set of teeth." We've had some good news. We've had a wedding in the village. She's 90 and he's 80. They spent the honeymoon getting out of the car. I thought it might inspire your father, but not a bit. I married him for life, but so far I haven't found any life in him. Last week, the priest said to me, "Does your husband believe in life after death?" I said, "Father, he doesn't even believe in life after supper." I got a letter from an old school chum. She said, "I've been married to the same man now for 40 years. It's so boring. I know his every move." I wrote back, "Don't complain, he moves." The doctor has tried to help us. He's put me on vitamin pills and your father on iron tablets. Now every time I'm ready, he's rusty. That's all for now. Lots of love, Mammy. P.S. And there's more. I'm enjoying your radio series, but could you speak up a bit because the batteries are running low on my radio?
Dr. Kingsley Bum.
Dr. Bum, it's me.
I have nothing to say, woman. I still haven't got over that terrible ordeal at the ballet with you and your sons.
That was what I wanted to talk to you about. Me two lads asked me to ring you on the telephone to say thank you for changing their lives.
I don't quite understand this. Thank me for changing their lives.
When you took them to the ballet,
How did that change their lives?
they've got jobs doing the ballet-in.
Is this a joke?
We could use one.
They start the ballet-in next week with the BBC.
The BBC?
The Bootle Ballet Company.
And that's renowned throughout the world.
They had to go and see the head ballier and dance for him, and the only thing was they didn't have the money for the tights.
Couldn't afford the tights? What did you do about it?
I gave the legs a coat and on-drip,
This gets worse.
and the money's good.
How much?
10p every time they cock the legs up. If they do the sabre dance, they could come home with thousands.
They don't know the first thing about ballet.
They've been took on.
I don't care whether they've been took on or not. What about an entrechar?
Oh, they won't need one of them. I'll give them some sandwiches to take with them.
And they have actually been given jobs as dancers with the Bootle Ballet Company?
Start next week. That's why I'm ringing you. They're doing Swan Lake.
You're ringing me because they're appearing in Swan Lake. What for?
Well, I was just wondering, Dr. Bum.
Yes?
Should they take the wellies?
They can take what they like. Goodbye.
Who was that?
That idiotic woman, the mother of those two hooligan sons I took to the ballet. I'm off.
Where are you going?
Bootle.
Bootle?
10p every time you cock your leg up. That's not to be sniffed at. Could you take me to the Bootle Ballet Company as quickly as possible?
I could if I wanted, but I'm not going to.
We present an excerpt from one of the most moving, most poignant love stories ever to unfold on the silver screen. When you hear this music, you'll know exactly what I mean.
You must remember this. A kiss is just a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh.
Return to Casablanca.
The middle things apply as time goes by.
Hello, Sam.
Be japers if it isn't herself. I'm sure it's right grand you're looking, Miss Elsa, so you are, and that's a fact. That's a fact. By the beard of Mother McGinty, you're a sight for sore eyes, Miss Elsa. A darling woman, a darling woman. The top of the morning to you, Miss Elsa. The top of the morning.
You've changed, Sam.
It must be the Guinness.
It's been a long time, Sam.
And to be sure it has that, Miss Elsa. It's been a long time right enough.
A lot of water has flowed under the bridge since we last met, Sam.
Sausage, egg and chips, please.
Play it for me, Sam.
For the life of me, I haven't the least notion of what you're on about, Miss Elsa.
You know the one I mean. Play it for me, Sam.
Miss Elsa, darling, I can't remember how it goes, and that's a fact.
Then I'll hum it for you. La, 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 la.
I don't think that's the one, Miss Elsa. Jack Duckworth's never set foot in this place.
I think you know why I'm here, Sam.
Sausage, egg and chips, please.
Where is he, Sam?
For the life of me, I don't know what you're on about.
Where is Rick?
Ah, sure, he's standing right behind you, Miss Elsa.
Hello, Rick. You're still the same Rick I once knew and loved with all the passion in my soul. Rick, you and I should never have parted. I think you know how much I love you.
Thank you.
Rick, this is too much.
Give half to the dog.
Remember Paris, Rick? We were younger then and so much in love. A love we share. A love that hurts. A love that will never die. You are the only man I have ever loved, Rick.
Thank you.
Sausage, egg and chips, please.
We've only got the hot pies left.
It can't go on, Rick.
Then take it back and get a larger size.
There have been many men in my life since we parted in Paris, Rick. I could not love any of them because the memory of you was too strong. Something I could not fight because of the love that was ours and ours alone. My heart aches for you, Rick.
Thank you.
Sausage, egg and chips, please.
I can shove a sausage roll in the microwave.
Rick, what we had between us was oh so very precious to me. This time we must protect that little strip of territory that is ours and ours alone. Rick, I want you. I need you.
Thank you.
Tell me that the love we had has not died. It was too strong to die. You must still have something. Tell me that you have something left, Rick.
Have you got any sausage, egg and chips?
You're wasting your time. Come with me to McDonald's and I'll buy you a burger.
I say, have you had any request to hear our rock group from the Derby and Joan Club?
You mean the OAP's rock group that sang on the show last week?
Aye, old cocks on the snuff.
No.
I thought you would have. That's why I've got another one for you. One of our heavy metal songs. Are you ready?
No.
Right. Oh, rock, 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 your granny. Rock, 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 your granny. Rock, rock. When I'm rocking with the granny and she swings and she sways, she gives it everything she's got. She almost busts her stairs. Rock, rock.
Very
rock,
good. Now, if you'll...
Now rock when you're rocking with the granny. I really treat you tough. And then we both go outside and have a pinch of snuff.
That's enough. Thank you. Thank you.
Rock with me granny. When I rock me granny, it's like rocking with the bus. Is it any wonder that I have to wear a truss?
That's enough. That's enough. No more. Finish off.
You have been listening to Jimmy's Cricket Team, starring Jimmy Cricket, with Bill Pertwee, Peter Goodright and Noreen Kershaw. The script was written by Eddie Braben, and the show was produced in Manchester by Mike Craig. At least I got my wages. £5.18 and 6.
Bill, is there any chance...
Not a chance in the world.
Bill, if you could see your way.
You can forget it, mate.
Bill, we've always been good friends. I wonder if you could see your...
Friends? Ooh, you get on my nerves, you do.
Grab him.
Hold him down. Hold him down.
I've got his wage packet.
Hooligans, I need that money. Give me that wage packet. I promised to buy my wife something for the kitchen.
Well, she's got a floor cloth.
I've got it.
Let's split.
My £5.18 and 6. Years I waited for that. Hooligans, hooligans. Oh,
Lots of pretty bubbles, big fat bubbles in the air. BBC Radio 2.